Hi everyone, it's Tuesday, May 26th. This is lesson 4 of coordinate points. I hope you're enjoying this. I like doing these. Let's get started. Our target, I can investigate patterns in vertical and horizontal lines and interpret points on the plane as distances from the axis. It means how far are the points from the x and the y axis. Interpret means you can explain or give an explanation of the points and where they're located. Okay, so materials, have paper and pencil ready to go. Vocabulary, axis, a fixed reference line for the measurement of your coordinates. Perpendicular, we should all know this one. Two lines that meet at a vertex and make a right angle of 90 degrees. It looks like an L shape, a perfect L, and they do touch the lines. Fluency, let's be sure to practice your multiplication facts daily. It's really important. So today we're going to begin by reciting the eights. I want you to write these down while we're doing this. You could jot, running, walk, snap your fingers, anything to help you recite and practice. Ready? Maybe I'll draw them while you are, or you can write them while I draw them as well. First one, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80, 8 times 11, 88, 8 times 12, 96. Great practice for you guys to keep going over your multiplication facts. It helps you in everything. Okay, let's begin today. Our target, I can investigate patterns in vertical and horizontal lines. Let's go over some of our vocabulary words that we've been working with. Horizontal, the line that goes side to side, and that's the x-axis. You will always write the x-axis first. Vertical goes up and down. That's represented as the y-axis. You'll always write that coordinate point second. So here you've got, when they say coordinate pairs, you're always going to write your x, then your y. For example, 2, 3. 2 should be that you went over on the x two spots, and you went up 3 spots. So x is 2, 3 is y. Today we will begin with a coordinate plane and label our parts, and then place coordinate pairs. Okay, so to write on your Google Docs, you place your cursor where you want to type, and then you can type right there. If you're having problems, you can always take a picture of it and email it to me if you decide to do this on a piece of paper, or you can just type right on it and send it as best you can on the Google Docs. Okay, let's go to our next slide. Okay, so let's plot these coordinate pairs and connect them. I'm going to connect the points by drawing a straight line from point to point when I finish. So let's remember, let's practice where our origin is. Always 0, 0. My line that goes side to side is my x. That's my horizontal. And going up and down is the vertical, and that's my y-axis. So I have this written over here like this because your x will always go first, x comma y. And you'll hear me say that a lot and repeat myself, but it is extremely important because if I'm telling you to go from my house to school and you follow X, Y, yes, you will get there if you follow those coordinate points. But if you switch them, you will not end up at the school. You'll end up somewhere else. So you need to follow your coordinate points. All right, so here's our 0, here's our X. Let's make our scale, and by looking over here, our points, our biggest point is 10. So let's count by tens when we do our scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's on my X. Okay, now on my Y, and we're going to plot the X and the Y, and we're going to label it with a letter for the point. So 1, 2, 3. Very important that you do this correctly. 4, 5, 6. Oops. What's going on? 6, 7, 8. I think we're good. So now, if you look at the X and the Y, what do you notice about the Y? The Y is all the same. Okay. So the Y will be 3. We won't go any higher on the vertical axis other than 3, because this is what it's showing you. The X and the Y, and this is exactly how it's written. The X first, the Y second. So let's do that. So the X, we go over 4. Let's see, I'll use different colors so that you can see. So the first one, we stay on the X, we go over 4. We go up 3. 1, 2. Oops, 1. My 2 is here, my 3 is here. That's where I'm going to plot my point. And I'm going to label it H, because that's what they gave me. The point is called H. Okay, now, my next one, I, 10, comma 3, X, comma Y, 10, 3. We go over 10. Let's use purple this time. We're going to go over on the X. 10. Oops. And we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. I draw my point right there. And we're going to label that I, the point. Okay, my next one is J. 8, comma 3. Let's see if we can use green. Now we're going to go over 8. Staying on the X as best you can. And up to 3. So this is where my next point will be plotted. And this point we're going to call it J. My next one, K. We'll use blue. We're going to go 1, 3. Over 1, up 3. Over 1, up to 3. And we're going to call that one K. Okay. And the last one is L, 6, comma 3, over 6. 6, up to 3, and that's going to be called L. Again, you notice that on the L, on the Y, I'm sorry, on the Y, it goes up to 3 only. So on the Y, we stayed at 3. All of my points are on the Y-axis 3, right here, okay? Remember, you're going over first, and then you're going up. It's very important. Okay, sometimes you'll notice that there will be a pattern with the line that you draw from point to point. Let's plot more points and see what pattern you notice. We will plot points and label them on line M. So right now we have line N here already going vertical up and down. We're going to make a line and label it M. Let's see how our line looks when we finish. First, we need to go ahead again and label. Okay. So our origin is 0. We have our X. We have our Y. Let's label. Let's go by 2s. Well, we'll go by 4 spots. So we'll say 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This will be 2. This is 2. Make this better point on here. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make this 3. Okay, remember our X goes first, our Y goes second. We are going to label, let's do the Y first. Oops, gotta erase that one. We need to make it go up 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4. So this will be 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. Here we go. All right, let's do D first. 2.5. Here's our 1. Here's our 2. This would be 2 1/4, 2 2/4, which is also called 2.5. All right. So there's our 2.5. Now look at this. Y is saying 0. So again, we go over on the X and up on the Y. We go over on the X to 2.5, but we don't go up at all. They just want us to stay right there, nowhere on the Y. It said 0, so we're going to label that D. Okay, then we have E. 2.5. If you notice now this time our X is all the same. So here we go over to my 2.5, and now this time it's saying it goes up to 2. So now we're going up to 2. And that's going to be my E. And F is saying go over again on the X to 2.5 and go up to 4. Okay. I'll make our 4 on here. Okay, so I'm back to over on my 2.5 on the X, going up on my Y. So this will be F. Now, they said they want us to label it on line M. So this will be our line M going up and down. I will change the color for you. Okay, this is going to be labeled M. Okay, what do we notice about N and M? These lines are parallel. Each line continues to go on and will not touch each other. That is parallel, don't forget. Okay, so let's review what we've done so far today. Our target, I can investigate patterns in vertical and horizontal lines and interpret points on the plane as distances from the axis. So always remembering your x first, your y second. Horizontal is side to side, that's the x. Vertical is going up and down, that's the y. It should always be written x comma y. Okay, so for your homework, continue the problem set by going to Google Docs and use the draw function, or if that's not working for you, tap on the Google Doc once you open to where you want to type on it and plot your points. Remember, you can't send me your assignment unless you're in Google Docs. Don't forget that. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Miss you.